Hello and welcome to episode number 54 in the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is this: do you know your ideal client? Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Linh Trinh. Now, let me ask you a question. Let me say that one more time. Do you know who your ideal client is? And this isn't about niching down anymore, right? Because over the last couple of episodes, in fact, my whole 54 podcast episodes have been stipulating the fact that you should be niching down if you're truly going to build legacy and dominate and take that island and be that leader of the tribe. And that's the first step. But the second step is I get asked a lot of the times, Linh, I've niched down, but my clients don't have any money. My clients can't pay me any money. I get the excuse of I don't have enough money. And I get that. I really get that. Trust me. Okay. Because for a long period of time, I was trying to sell to broke people. And being my mentor, Russell Brunson's number one rule is never ever sell to broke people. You can help them, but you never have to sell to them, okay? Because selling to broke people is actually going to make your life miserable, okay? And there are some few cliches that I'm going to throw out here. Like, you only pay attention if you pay money. And the more money you pay, the more you will pay attention. Because the truth is, someone pays you $50 for a transformation program, okay? They're not going to feel stupid if they take advice from their friends or their family who they've paid $0 for, okay? Does that make sense? And if someone pays you $1,500 for a transformation program, they're going to feel pretty stupid if they take their friends and family's advice, right? Which they paid nothing for. Because the discrepancy here is that they don't want to be made to feel stupid. We just naturally, as humans, we do not want to be made to feel stupid, which is why the more we pay, the more we follow through, okay? Because we have this fear, right? We have this fear of having a negative status towards us. If there's something about it, right? We just don't want to be stupid. No one wants to be stupid. And so a lot of the times, when I was working in the online personal training business, I really had to identify who my perfect ideal client was, not who my niche was, right? Because I could dominate this men's 25, 35-year-old corporate space and turn these guys into Clark Kent. But identifying who exactly they were that were my ideal clients, because not everyone who is corporate from 25 to 35 is my ideal client. There are some guys that just won't invest in health. There are some guys where, personal training, especially online personal training and paying for coaching they can't imagine that. Okay, but there are just some guys that want that and are willing to take action because they see me as the expert authority. And those are the guys who I want. And so I discovered this conveyor belt method, right? And this is when I coach people. And when I run my business at the moment, I have a certain ideal client that I take on. And I teach this to people. It's called the conveyor belt method. It is understanding what niche you're in, okay? It's understanding who exactly is your ideal client. And it's exactly trying to bring people closer to becoming that ideal client. So let me tell you an example and how you can use this conveyor method. And let's just say you're training mums, okay? Now, I like using mums. It's a really good example. It resonates with everybody. I'd say dads, but I don't want to be sexist, so I'm going to say mums. If you're training mums and you have a 12-week transformation system and you know that you're training mums who are well off and who are in the corporate working space, and you have your ideal client as, okay, I want this mum who's completely driven. She's entrepreneurial mum. She wants to have it all, and she's going to pay me good money for my services. Well, in that case, every single piece of content that you put out there, okay, is going to be putting out content specifically for mum. Whether or not you're a strength training trainer, you'll put out all these things, why mum should lift weights and why mum should never do cardio. And that is your message. But you're not taking on any of the clients that come on unless they fit into that action-taking entrepreneurial mum who wants the health, who wants the lifestyle. If that is your ideal client, Does that make sense? But everything else, your ideal client is almost like trying to build your repertoire of Marvel superheroes, right? You're trying to build the Avengers team, okay? Because if you can build up and you only work with all these entrepreneurial mums out of your big 1,000 groups of mums, those people will slowly put their hand up and say, hey, I'm that mum. I want to be a part of your group. Your group looks awesome. I'm in, right? And what you're doing is you're aspiring and you're creating leaders, and you're letting the other mums know who are consuming your content that they want into that group as well. They want into that cool club. And so they will aspire to pay more to be let into that cool club. And here's the thing that I see with a lot of trainers, including myself for a long time, is that we think, number one, let's niche down. Number two, let's get clients. The problem with that is you're going to get clients, but you're going to get a handful of clients who you love to work with. The majority of clients who have excuses, who aren't action takers, who no matter what you tell are just going to whine and aren't going to follow through, who don't have the money, right? And so that's cool. And if you follow rule number 1 of Russell Brunson, do not sell to broke people, you need to identify inside your niche who out of your niche is your ideal client. Okay, and work to them and build them and make them, right, your Avengers. Make them your dream team. Because when you start training more and more of them, all the other people inside that niche will want to aspire to become them. And if you get this concept and if this is really ticking, you will start to see how you can essentially work less, make more, be happier. Okay, and this model works because you're not disservicing all your other prospects. You're still serving them. You're still adding value to their life. You're still transforming their life. All the content you're putting out there is to bring them closer towards you and becoming your ideal client. And that is why I call this the conveyor belt method, is because you stand there and you just turn that conveyor belt on. And on that conveyor belt, you put value. Okay, you put value on that conveyor belt. And what happens is that your non-ideal client, let's say she was a mum over there, and let's say she's working, but she thinks online coaching is too expensive, she's going to start ascending towards me slowly. And when she's ready, she may become my ideal client. She may become that action taker who's willing to invest in the health because she sees me as the ultimate guru leader in that space because I've put out so much content to help her. But also, I've attracted my ideal client, so now that I'm getting results. So the thing is, when you don't attract your ideal client, you work hard, you do not get them results because they do not take action. They do not invest in themselves. They're not fully committed. And so this is so powerful when you can start to say no. When you stop chasing clients, when you can say no to them and you turn that around and you say, hey, look, I'm building the dream team of my ideal clients. You're not ideal yet. I'll see if you become ideal. And it is in this persuasion where you're going to really, really live not only a much more enjoyable life, but you're going to get your clients better results, but you're going to be enjoying time, spending time with them. And ultimately, you're going to build this tribe who want to ascend up to move closer towards what you have. Okay, so that is all I have for today, because this strategy, really, I've had it for quite a while. I don't know why I haven't shared it with you. And I think the reasons why I haven't shared it is because I had to break in and tell you how important niching down was. Because for some trainers, if you're listening to me and you hear this guy telling you to niche down and you're like, holy crap, I don't want to niche down, then you're not going to get this conveyor belt method. But when you do, it's the power of positioning and authority and persuasion and seduction that's going to make your life a lot happier, a lot easier. And I promise you that this will work, because it works. It works fantastic for my business at this moment in time. It works fantastic for my clients' businesses at this moment in time. And it works fantastic for the few that I've studied who are using this modality. But it comes with a price, and that price is, are you willing to step up and use it and take that risk and take that leap of faith so that you can live a happier, more fulfilling, more joyful life and ultimately get your clients some better results because they're committed to you now. And so your retention rate's higher, your community, your culture and your tribe is higher, right? Your results become higher. You go from 10, 15% of clients finishing your program to now 75, 85, 95%. Insane, incredible results. And so that's the question for you today is, who is your ideal client? Not who is your niche, but who is your absolutely ideal client? Do they have to be ready to invest in themselves? Have a look at the clients that you're training right now because they're ideal. Why? Because I bet you they're paying you money. And if they're paying you money, they've got money and they're not broke. So have a look inside your pool. See the attributes they have. Are they action taking? Are they committed? Do they want results? Why do they want results? Start screening out these questions and really figure out who your ideal client is. Are they certain about what they want? And so when you start to identify who this person is, you use the conveyor belt method and post and deliver value every single day so that you can dominate your niche and your marketplace, but to send people up to becoming your ideal client. That's when it's most powerful. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next podcast episode. Don't forget to go and share this episode right now and do the work.
Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.